Hi, fifth graders. Today our lesson deals with mean, mode, median, and range. We've talked about these in the past, so this is nothing totally new, but we're going to look at some new concepts with these things. All right, so the mean is the same as the average. So if I'm looking for a mean, let me go back and get my pen out here. Okay. All right. Let's do it in a little bit of color here. We'll have some fun with that. Okay. So we're going to go back here. Now, the mean is the same as the average. So mean and average, same thing. To find the average of something, you add up the numbers and then you divide by the number of pieces of data. So if this is our data, 5, 6, 2, 9, and 5. So we'd add all that up. 5 and 6 is 11. We'll go 11 and 9 is 20. 20 and 2 is 22. And 5 more is 27. I always double check that math because adding a bunch of numbers together can sometimes get a little tricky. So I'm going to do it a different way this time. 5 and 5 is 10. 6 and 9 is 15, so that's 25, and 2 more is 27. So we still get 27, no matter which way we add it together. Now what I need to do is take that 27 and divide it by the number of pieces of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. So I divide that. How many 5s do we get out of 27? We get 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Sister subtract, we have Rover left over of 2. Now, when we have this, we don't say 5 remainder of 2. We say the mean is 5, that number on the roof, with the remainder 2 is our numerator, over that 5 that we're dividing by. So when you look for your mean or your average, you'd say it's 5 and 2/5. Okay, so let's review that again. So we add up all the pieces of data we have. We get our answer. Then we take that answer and we divide by the number of pieces of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I got this 5 at. When I divide it out, 5 times 2, or 5 times 5 is 25. Subtract, I have 2 left over. There's no brother to bring down, so it's Rover left over. And 5 remainder of 2 is the same as 5 and 2/5. The remainder goes on top. The divisor is your denominator. Okay, so you get 5 and 2/5. So that's a little bit of adding to our mean. Usually we have nice round numbers. We don't have any remainders. But if you do have a remainder, then the remainder goes on top as your numerator, and your divisor, what you divided by, is your denominator. Okay? Now when we look at the median is what we call the middle number. Remember, medium is in the middle. Okay, or if you're driving and you know that there's a median in the middle of the road, that's in the middle, a median. So median means just the middle. That's all it means, is the middle number. Well, the first thing we always do is organize our data from least to greatest, because we want to have them in order so that we know which one is the right number in the middle. It's not the numbers as they're written here, because these numbers are not in order. So I'm going to take them and put them in order. So 10 is my smallest, so I'll put 10 first. And then I have 12. Then I have 13. Then I have 16. And then I have 33. Oh, nope, I have 21. Then I have 33. Then we have 36 and 41. 36, 41. All right, so I just double check through that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. I put them in order. I double check my order, make sure, yep, they're in the right order. Then I find the middle number. Now when you're finding a middle number in this situation, what you want to do is you want to take and you want to start at each end and kind of do a cross off of the different numbers so that you can see which one goes. So 10 is going to match with 41. 12 is matching up with 36. 13 is matching up with 33, but now I have two numbers in the middle instead of one. I don't have a middle number because I have an even number of pieces of data. So when I have an even number piece of data, then I need to find the middle number. I need to take the two numbers here, add them together. So I add them together, 16 plus the 21. Now if you had an odd number, you'd end up with just one number in the middle. But with an even set of data, okay, we have 37 here. Now we're going to divide it by 2 because we want to see what is the middle. So I take that 37 and I divide it by 2. I have 1 here, subtract, brother in town, so let's bring him on down. How many 2's do I get out of 17? 8. 8 times 2 is 16, subtract. So I have 18 and 1/2. Remember now in this, when we're doing mean median mode, we want to use, if we have a remainder, we want to put it as a mixed number here. So my median, my middle number then, would be 18.5 because 18.5 is halfway between 16 and 21. Okay, so when you're finding the median, put them in order from least to greatest, cross them out or circle them or whatever you want to do so that they pair off. If it's an even piece of data, take the middle two numbers, divide it by 2 to find your middle number. Okay, if it's not, then just take what the middle number would be. Okay, our next one is our mode, our most often seen number. So you want to figure out which one is most often seen in this piece of data. So in this situation, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put them in order from least to greatest. That's what we normally would do just so that we don't forget something or don't happen to see something sometimes. So I have 0, and then I have 2, and then I have 5, and then I have 5, I have 7, I have 8, I have 9, and I have 9. Okay, now they're in order from least to greatest. So at this point, we can now use this to figure out, well, which is the most often seen number? Well, I have 2 5s right here, but I also have 2 9s over here. If I had like 3 5s and 2 9s, then 5 would be my mode. But because I have 2 5s and 2 9s, when I look for my mode, I would say my mode is 5 and 9. There's 2 of them with the same amount, so there's my mode, 5 and 9. If you have all single numbers, like 0, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, and there's no repeating numbers, then we would say there's no mode. And I remember you did that earlier this year and did a nice job on that. So if there are doubles or triples or whatever, the one that has the most is their mode. Remember, MO for most, MO for mode. Our last one we have is the range, which is the difference between the lowest and highest numbers. So all I need to do is find my highest number out of my data, which is my 29. And then I find my lowest number on my data, which is 9. So then I do that and I subtract. 29 minus 9 gives me 20. So 20 is my range. Okay? Those 4 things are what you're going to be looking at today. You have a worksheet and it has sets of data, has a lot of numbers here. I will allow you to use a calculator to add them up, okay, when you're doing your mean, so you can add them up using a calculator for your mean. For your median, mode, and range, you're going to use your set of data and do what you need to do. Okay, I would advise using a separate piece of paper to do your work on. You can write them from least to greatest right above the top of that. So as you're looking at your sets of data, you can write them from least to greatest right above the numbers that are listed there. And then find the mean, median, mode, and range for all 6 of those situations. Okay. Again, check your work, take your time, and you may use a calculator to add those up for the mean, but I want you to use your own long division for the division part. Okay, so you can add them with a calculator, but then when you divide, make sure you count out how many pieces of data do I have, and that's going to help you with that. Okay, so I hope you are doing well, and I miss you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow in math.